Guyanese are showing significant support for the U.S. Democratic presidential hopeful Barack Obama in the final hours of the U.S. presidential elections. The highly anticipated outcome of the 2008 U.S. presidential election is hours away in an election described as the most watched U.S. presidential campaign in history. A sentiment relayed to NCN's Natasha Smith when she was in the streets earlier today soliciting local views.
Many Guyanese say they have been closely following the events leading up to these elections and are anxiously awaiting the results. An NCN news team was in the streets of Georgetown today where persons willingly give their views on the outcome of the historical event.
Well, my favorite outcome is Obama because I think he suited the profile for being the president for the United States of America. Everything that he said in all his comments and everything just goes right. I hope that the Americans support Obama in everything that he do for them as the president because I think America needs a change right now and Obama is the way to go.
My take on it is that it's good for the rest of the world because right now America is in trouble. She's the leading country and she's in trouble. So if there is a change and Obama is the way, let's do it that way and for history's sake. Everything is good once Obama gets in.
I'd like to see a change in America.
Okay. Yeah. And who do you think will bring that change?
When I look at it, I see Obama.
Right now.
Obama.
Anything else you'd like to say?
I hope the people in America support him, because get the changes we want and see what we're going to be, is it?
Go Obama, go Obama, that's who we voted for.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
Because, not only because he's going to be a man of integrity for the country, but the policies and the changes to come, we stand behind those changes. I believe not only for North America, but for all countries, we will see a difference. You know what I mean? All countries will be able to be inspired by this new government. We need change. I've been in America for years, and we need somebody who will stand for the people, for all people.
I will pray and ask God that he puts who he wants, because he's the ultimate finish of our life.
The entire thing, I'm glad if Obama wins.
A CMC report from New York suggests that Caribbean nationals were among the large numbers of voters in New York, with many saying they could not ignore the history-making opportunity. Brooklyn, New York has the largest concentration of Caribbean nationals in the United States. Many of their comments were also in favor of the first African-American Democratic presidential hopeful, Senator Barack Obama. President Bart Jagdeo and at least 2 other Caribbean leaders have publicly announced support for the same candidate. A Caribbean national has gone an extra mile to dedicate a song to the man.
Obama! Obama! Obama!
The U.S. Embassy is hosting an election watch party from 20 hours until the results are out. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.
Thank you for staying with the NCN 6 o'clock news. Some $258 million will soon be spent to improve drainage and irrigation in several communities in regions 3 and 4. This is possible as contracts for the projects in Parika, Canal No. 2 Polder and Maikoni were signed today. Ernestine Jagnarayan has more.
The National Drainage and Irrigation Authority has signed the contracts with A&S General Contractors Incorporated, Harichan Tulsi and Jainal Hussain Civil Engineering Contracting Services to complete 3 projects. Present at the signing was Agriculture Minister Robert Prasad, who noted that the projects are very important since the areas chosen are flood-prone. He says the project at Maikoni will benefit some 11,500 acres of agricultural land, mostly cultivated with rice.
For decades, there have been calls being made for parallel canals that are running along both the Mahaika and the Maikoni creeks. As persons know, those areas are very vulnerable to flooding during the rainy season for very obvious reasons. And the technical staff have looked at that proposal that was sitting for some time, and we've now decided to activate that proposal in terms of having a parallel discharge.
The second drainage pump with improved design for efficiency at Canal No. 2 Polder will be installed, while one to the existing pumps will be rehabilitated. 1 additional mobile pump and 1 spare capacity pump are being procured to enhance the authority's capacity to attend to issues of flooding. The third project aims to improve the supply of irrigation water to farmlands west of Parika Main Access Road. and the minister encouraged the contractors to take into consideration the importance of quality and the time frame of contracts when executing their duties. Ernestine Jagnarayan reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news.
Government is concluding arrangements for the procurement of 100,000 compact fluorescent lamps from Cuba. Prime Minister Samuel Hinds says these will be made available through the Guyana Power and Light Company at affordable prices. The Prime Minister notes that this alternative is energy efficient and cost effective for consumers. Through a similar initiative with GPL, government had replaced high energy bulbs with over 500,000 compact lamps across the country. Managing Director of the Guyana Rice Fest Incorporated, Leonard Gildari, says preparations for the 2008 event are going smoothly. He believes that the fest has tremendous tourism potential for Guyana and is encouraging citizens, including the players of the rice industry, to support the event. Here's Ernestine Jagnarayan once more.
Rice Fest 2008 is being hosted by the Ministry of Agriculture, the Guyana Rice Development Board and the Guyana Rice Fest Incorporated. Managing Director Leonard Gildari says the crop over event, which was organized to give back to players in the industry, promises to be educating and exciting for all.
Rice is important to Guyana. The government has been talking for the longest while of the role that agriculture is going to play in Guyana, us becoming the food basket of this region and playing a more important role in the world as far as food is concerned. And Rice Fest is just part of the government's and the private sector recognition of this role, and that's why we have brought Rice Fest, and this crop over event is here to stay.
Additionally, he noted that part of the proceeds from this major event will go towards assisting farmers' children in furthering their education. The managing director noted too that efforts are made to accommodate farmers from outlying areas and students attending the event. There are also special gate prizes for the November 8th event.
We're going to make available $5 $100,000 prizes. You have a ticket. The only way you could get it is by having a ticket, $1,000. We have $500,000 total in gate prizes. We're in talks with a couple of the suppliers at the moment, the agriculture suppliers, for some equipment as gate prizes. I can tell you part of the proceeds from this is going to go towards a scholarship fund or scholarship funds for farmers, the children of farmers who is interested in going to university.
Among the big names to perform at the event are famous chutney singer Terry Gajraj, Adish Samaru and Hirlar Rampatab. However, a well-known Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan, who was the main attraction, could not make it due to clashes with other big events, but according to Gildari, he is confirmed for 2009's Rice Fest. The Guyana Rice Fest 2008 is scheduled for the National Stadium, Providence, while the Rice Conference at Liliandal Conference Center on November 7 and 8 will be held under the theme Meeting Rice Market Demands. Ernestine Jagnarayan reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news.
City Hall Public Relations Officer Royston King says $30 million more is needed for the repair of the Kitty Market. So the council has sounded another call for defaulting taxpayers to come forward and pay their taxes, as the council solely depends on it. Giselle Archibald has the details.
Everyone knows that we really do not have that kind of money to do the kind of substantial repairs that is required to really restore that building.
Mr. King says they are now looking at alternative ways of receiving money for repairs to the building. He also made a call for default taxpayers to come forward and commit to their civic duty of paying their taxes.
Almost everything we do really depends on the rates and taxes citizens pay to us. And if they do not pay, we will not be able to do anything at all in the city. So I want to take this opportunity to ask ratepayers to come forward and to pay up their rates so that we can do works.
For more than 2 years, the market has been in a deplorable state. There were also reports that plans were being streamlined to have the facility rehabilitated. Reports also surfaced that the council was hoping to have the facility privatized. According to an official close to the municipality, plans were apace for the market to be overhauled for Carifesta 10. But for some reason, nothing was done. Several months ago, workers descended on the marketplace, setting up scaffolds and giving the impression that renovative works were about to begin. But according to the vendors, the workers just lingered around the market for a few weeks, then subsequently left. The council has been advertising for assistance to have the market restored either through a joint venture or outright sale. Reporting for the NCN 6 o'clock news, I am Dislargeable.